Welcome to the next level, and welcome back to XENOBEERS. I am your host, George Frankly, as before, and I'm joined this time by...
Mr. Derek.
The Mr. Derek, the one and only Derek. If you think you've met other Dereks in your life, you're a filthy liar. And I asked Derek earlier today, I said, Derek, have you ever played Rogue Squadron? He said no. I said, have you played Rogue Squadron 2? He said no.
He got very disappointed for a second.
Oh, only for a second. Rogue Squadron 3 is not a great game, but Rogue Squadron 3 has a cooperative mode, and we can play all of Rogue Squadron 2, the superior game, in co-op.
That sounds nice.
Just to get some of the upgrades, we're going to load up my old file. You get to enter 2 initials.
2 initials?
Yeah. So, these initials that are already in there, I don't remember who I last played with.
And bucket.
Most people don't figure that out very quickly. I appreciate you piecing that together. Mop and bucket. It's very rare that I ever have a situation where I have to put 2 usernames into a save file, but when I do, it's mop and bucket.
Or merp and burkett.
I mean, sure, if you're the Swedish chef.
The Death Star.
All right, there are a few things unlocked, but we're gonna kick right into motion. I love Rogue Squadron 2.
Oh, starting with the
It's
Death Star
straightforward.
attack.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron 2 was it followed the movies really closely. I'll tell you, I haven't really played that N64 original. You get your choice of X-wing or Y-wing. If you've ever seen the movie, I'm going to recommend you don't be the Y-Wings when you attack the Death Star.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I thought long and hard about having Zima handy as a drinkable for XENOBEERS, but I knew A, that's definitely not beers.
And thank you for not, B.
And B, I think we've all had... I've made everybody I know drink Zima at some point.
Actually, I've avoided it. I'm not going to lie.
It's delicious.
When there's beer involved, I can refuse. They made it a point to say, hey, in a world without beer, you would be drinking Zima.
So
Thank goodness there is beer.
But that also means... So wait, if you subscribe to their entire concept, that means the day it happens, you are committed to Zima.
The day it happens,
The day the beer rapture comes. The day that advertisement foretold.
I'm committed to abstinence.
You, really? Whoa, what if there was no beer? Zima's a unique alcohol beverage.
Honestly, I'd probably go to gin.
If you like gin, you might like Zima. It's just gin with a lot of sugar. So, that begs the question, what are we drinking today? And you know what, I bought it, but you're the untapped man here. I think you already know more about what I bought than I do.
Probably. So, we are drinking a beer from Ontario, Canada.
From the legendary Canadas.
So, we went from Michigan in all of our previous XENOBEERS episodes to Canada. So, we just, went across a bridge, or a lake, or both.
Hop skip across the pond, as they would say.
And we are drinking the Obsidian Imperial Porter, which is part of Cameron's Oak-Aged series, and it is in a rum barrel.
Ah, yes, Rum-Barrel-Aged Imperial Porter from Cameron's Brewing.
So before I talk about the rest of this, I'm actually going to give this a taste right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is definitely going to be more alcoholic than everything we've had except for the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster.
Well, cheers. Or rather, lock as foils in attack position.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
That's actually really smooth.
So smooth. There's no bite.
None
It's
at
all
all.
sweet. Oh. Oh, I'm going to have to set this down to play, but... Wow.
And
No bite. All sweetness.
at first, I was like, there is absolutely no rum there.
Go X-Wings. All right. L and R are your speed up and slow down. Hold down L to slow down. A is your shoot.
Yep, I already picked up on that.
Yep.
I do quite like flying games, so which begs the question, especially because I love Star Wars. I don't know why I've never... Oh, yeah, I do know why. I
It's
know why I never...
arcadey. It's not flight combat so much as arcade flight combat.
Well,
But-
it's that, and, I never had a GameCube
Or an N64.
or an N64. I was always a PlayStation person until the Xbox came out.
Well, Factor 5, the makers of this game here, made you a PlayStation exclusive game. It was called Lair for the PS3. It was...
Yeah.
Let me tell you how good Lair was. It was so good that Factor 5 does not exist anymore.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, motion controls. Let me introduce you to your game here.
6-axis.
So, you've got your regular inverted XYZ. If you need to do a barrel roll, you hold down the Z trigger. You know the Z, right? You don't GameCube much. It's the baby trigger on your right.
Baby trigger.
The tiny... Yep. I'll call it... Let's just call it right.
Yeah, that one I got you.
But you'll auto-level unless you turn that off.
I was really hoping the other analog stick would...
It doesn't do anything in this mode, but... And it's probably going to look terrible on this screen we're playing on, but... If you hit X all the way on the right, your jump button at O...
Oh, it goes into cockpit mode.
And then your C-stick actually looks around your very detailed cockpit. This...
I remember hearing a lot about that, actually.
This is going to have its
how
moments.
ridiculous... Is this the game that was, like, ridiculously detailed?
If we get to Cloud City, it's still going to look good even now. This was a launch game for the GameCube, and it was there literally to show off the hardware. As you figured out, holding down A shoots your lasers. If you wait a moment and that little gauge fills up, you can fire them all linked.
Oh.
They are faster and more powerful.
That's a good plan. I like that. I'm screen looking right now.
No, that's what's cooperative. Screen looking is encouraged, probably.
Probably.
So, and that Star Fox turnaround there, switching to all range mode. So our objective right now is to take down the ties. The intro level, and this is one of those few games, when this came out, if you beat the game, you could turn on developer commentary, and it would actually play a commentary for each segment of level you were on. Right. Great feature. Not enough games do something like that.
I do like game commentary modes. They're fun.
Yeah. In this, they pointed out that the first level is so easy that these TIE fighters actually don't have AI, and when you see them shooting, they're shooting at nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't even come close to getting shot yet.
Oh, God. Okay. And the little B button shoots your proton torpedoes, but they are dumb missiles, not guided, and you need to save some, because apparently that's important for blowing up the Death Star.
Oh, it was, huh?
I hear that was important in like, a movie that this has to do with. Like, you really need to watch the movie to understand it.
Oh, but I thought this was based on Shrek.
No, different one was based on Shrek. This was based on Super Bombad Racing for the PS2.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
All right, trial by fire. Take yourself a swig while we watch a cutscene.
Oh, yes.
But as you can imagine, it's about to get tricky. That is... I mean, you see the graphics aren't amazing right now, but that really perfectly like emulated the shots from the movie.
Yeah, it really does. It definitely doesn't look worse than the movie.
Oh god, so here goes.
Oh,
Here's
here
what you don't remember from the movie. A lot of obstacles and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah, good thing we can pump brakes. It feels like Crash Bandicoot.
So I want to talk up a lot of jokes as if yeah, it is very Crash Bandicoot. Like, with a boulder behind you. Only the boulder will be Darth Vader. Don't fly out of the trench. You'll get shot down instantly. That's their way of enforcing the drama, I guess. Yeah, I want to talk up a whole bunch, like, as if I've never seen Star Wars and this is all confusing, but I think anybody who pays any... Yeah, you're alright. We do share lives.
Oh, their lives.
I think we have, like, a total of 5, and we're down to 4.
And the Force is very strong with us, then.
Yeah. I'd say, so gently hold down the right trigger without clicking it, and you can go at your max non-S-foil speed. I am 90% sure S-foil stands for strike foil. Okay. Ooh.
Not super foil?
Probably not. You know, I mean, aged, like, from, like, when I was 5 and saw Star Wars up through age 15 or 16, I was pretty sure they were saying X-foils. Oh, if you're getting tailed, of course, hit the brakes and let them crash into each other. And a single one of your linked quad laser shots will take out those gun towers ahead of you. Make you feel, like, all accurate. But yeah, so this was a launch title for the GameCube, and it's a beaut, even by a lot of modern standards. Factor 5 was always one of those really technical developers that took a great pride in squeezing the most they could out of hardware. In fact, the music system they designed to emulate the soundtrack.
Am I behind you or in front of you?
You are behind me.
Oh, so I got some catching up to do.
Yep. There's no good way to track like where the where the exhaust port is. You'll just get audio cues when it gets there. So this, man, it's hard not to reach back for that beer. Oh, you? Wait. Oh, the subtitles are on both screens. I was like, why are you getting the subtitles? I want subtitles.
Oh boy, I just ran into you. I caught up.
Oh, no problem. Let me pick up the pace a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna hit my foils and pick up the pace. Hit the brakes and let him overshoot you. He'll come after me. Or you can shoot him in the butt a few times and he'll leave.
I do like shooting things in the butt.
Classic Darth Vader strategy. I don't recall. Were you ever into any of the current Star Wars comics?
No.
Oh. They are usually outrageously good.
Clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Usually. Oh, it's up there somewhere. There's the aluminum falcon.
Use the force.
It's here somewhere. The music tells me it's nearby. Any time now. Come on. Wait. When I see the yellow. There it is. Oh god, fire bunch. None of mine went in. That's not what usually happens.
Let's try it again. It's B, right?
Yeah. I think I aimed too high. You need to kind of taper it down at the surface. You get demerits for using your targeting computer too much, but you know what? We're not going for like MLG Pro Gamer, Pro Strats, personal best.
Wait, we're not?
No. The music says we're there again. Here, I'm going to close up so I can get... If I fail this way, you've got a little bit of leg room behind me. Let's just hope I don't Porkins this up. Oh!
You got it.
Something.
Hey, Millennium Falcon.
That moon exploded.
It disappeared and then it exploded.
Oh. Oh, they did a transparent overlay of the movie over their own starfield.
Alright, so while we're waiting, by the way, this beer is 9.2%.
Yeah, that's not bad either. We're going to get some money's worth out of it.
And I'm not going to lie, I couldn't really find too much about this company because it's Canadian. And
They still don't have the internet in Canada, from what I'm aware.
yeah, apparently they're like 10 years behind or something like that.
Yeah, slated for 2022.
They're
They're going to run their first telegraph wires across Lake Huron, I think.
But it is actually really sweet. And honestly, not super malty either.
No, it's pure sugar. I'm loving it. But I'm gonna stick with the X-Wing because it's almost balanced.
I can do commando rolls?
Oh hell, hit X. You can jump like a... I don't know, everybody can force jump in this game.
Oh, I have a targeting computer, which is me looking around in first person mode and not being able to move.
Yeah, your targeting computer is your face. Yeah, did you... I have to ask, you taught me what IBUs were last time. Did you get any IBU information on this? Because I'm betting it's not much.
It is not much. That much I can tell you. I don't have an actual number because it was not available. Can I fly the Millennium Falcon?
I don't have it unlocked yet. If I do, you can. And it is brutally fast and hard to steer, but
Just the way I like it.
brutally fast. B-Wing is slow and ridiculously armed. X-Wing, of course, is pretty balanced.
That's the one that you got. I
Yep,
gotta remember the
A-Wings
other one.
are super fast.
Commando roll. There we go.
Oh yeah, we can skip the thing.
Can we?
Yes, we can.
Oh, press A.
I already did. We just both have to press it at least once. You know, duck game rules. God, duck game. Yeah, we're doing okay. Almost like the first minute.
That ship looks like it got messed up.
It's doing fine. As a personal rule, I try to let like the cutscenes roll when we do these things.
This is the frigate redemption.
Man,
We'll have to
duck
get through
game.
this debris before we
Duck
can
game.
make
We'd be playing duck game if we hadn't already played duck game. The rule of XENOBEERS, it's got to be new to somebody.
Could probably be a last call episode.
Oh yeah, one of these days. Oh, one of the for the transports is flashing purple, probably near death. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Honestly, I didn't even like those guys. Don't want to get too in the zone, but we've challenged ourselves now. That was a challenge we had with Burning Rangers. When I played, I may not have been doing amazingly, but I was able to autopilot my brain through it, and we weren't really thinking about the game we were playing.
Yeah, now we actually have to think about it.
Right? It's a Friday night for us. I didn't come here expecting to use brain power for anything, and yet here I am.
Here we go.
I'm trying to remember now what Factor 5 has also done besides these. The story of how they shut down is pretty sad overall.
You're right there.
They were going to do a remastered Rogue Squadron trilogy for the Wii. Nintendo cut the funding. And
course they
then they were making Lair for PS3, and Sony said, hey, the PS3 is all about motion controls. Make it entirely motion controlled.
And then they realized that 6-axis was a terrible idea.
You know, the 6-axis worked fine for things that it needed to be in, but...
What did it need to be in?
You know what? If you had the patience, Warhawk with the 6-axis was actually very good.
You know, speaking of PS3 games that I was actually really interested in that I never got a chance to play that really didn't do well, Mag.
You know what? Okay, did you ever play it, like, at all, the beta or anything?
Negative.
Mag sounds like a good idea. The makers of SOCOM, 256 players. Like, you know, that's like 4 battlefields.
Could you imagine doing that in this game?
As just already, it'd be mayhem. You'd be running into each other. But I'll tell you, you've just brought up the issue, though. How do you keep from people always running into each other? Mag, in the beta, it ran smoothly. There was the server infrastructure worked. But the maps were just big, generic, blown-out urban cityscapes with no verticality. No buildings much
so
taller
everyone
than
was
any of the
literally
others.
on the same level.
And so, it's cool that whenever you hear gunshots in the distance, they're probably a person. But they're a person that you are never going to see at a range closer than 20 yards.
Alright, I'm having a hard time finding these last couple TIE fighters.
We got him. Now moving on to the next part. Did you ever play Resistance, or particularly Resistance 2?
Resistance 1 I did.
Oh, man. That had 40-player online kind of free-for-alls and like team deathmatch, I think. Resistance 2. Nobody talks about Resistance 2. I think Resistance 2 was a fucking work of art. 60-person online multiplayer, an entire team, like class-based team campaign with like this amazing like class dynamic of being like support, engineer, defender. Ridiculously complex story that was hidden away in really clever ways. But the meat and potatoes of it, this 60-player online mode, it would be 2 teams of 30, but you'd be in a squad of 6. You'd spawn with your squad, and you would be given unique objectives to either deal with like NPCs from the other team, or to assassinate a specific person on the other team, or to defend an assassination target of your team. Warzone mode in Halo 5 nowadays literally apes the entire premise. Oh,
I do miss Halo.
Halo 5 is still good, and it just kept getting better.
Oh no.
There it is. If you go back to the frigate, you can switch to an A-Wing. Only one of us has to do it. I'm going to. You don't have to if you don't want to. And I'm going to try to keep an eye on it, so that nothing happens to us.
I'm gonna try and find...
There's somebody over here. Resistance 2, though, was just so good. The graphics were a little subpar, but I think for what they were trying to do, it wasn't about having the best visuals. It was about having good infrastructure.
I'm having a really hard time.
Yeah, our friendlies are green, but they look kind of yellow. We are nearly out of this, though. Oh, there's interceptors. That's the problem. I'm swapping between my radar and the rest. We're not far enough in the game to have homing missiles yet. Damn.
We've lost half of the transport. Red Squadron, where's our support?
That's a good question. Where is the support?
Okay, I've kind of broken off from the frigate because it looks like all the yellow ones are attacking these.
I'm just trying to find stuff to shoot.
There's not very many left on the map.
I know, I'm trying to pay attention to the map, and it's not working.
There they are.
There we go. Oh, found it. Cool.
Yeah, it's a challenge. This and it's so I remember playing the hell out of this. Like I said, on regular televisions, and this is a challenge on an HD TV. We were playing in 480p, which is
I'm pretty sure HG is a channel, by the way.
Are you making fun of my speech impediment?
Oh, I am.
There we go. No, wait. There's still one orange blip somewhere on the radar.
So, if anyone watches this from Canada, I do have a question. Oh god, I just ran into a ship because
I've already checked. Milk very rarely comes in bags.
So, I was watching a TV show, and there's a beer on there called Puppers.
This wasn't Trailer Park Boys, was it?
It was not Trailer Park
Okay.
Boys. It was the Canadian version. It was Letterkenny, which, by the way, is an amazing TV show.
What do you mean the Canadian version? Trailer Park Boys is Canadian.
No, like, it's we'll have to.
Deep Canadian.
It's like deep
Oh God. It's
with
back.
deep Ontario, with deep Ontario accents. I don't even know what that means because
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not sure that's a real thing you're describing.
but
I also,
it is.
But I do understand what you're describing.
You got it, Luke.
Okay. This is the dense fog where you have to use your targeting computer.
Going after those fighters.
I'm just trying to use my radar first.
If you can... Oh wait, are you the A-Wing or... Okay, you're still the X-Wing. So you've got the quads. Well there, you're blue, flying around, but blue is so similar to purple. People at home are just going to get a neon light show on my side of the screen.
Anyways,
No, God!
if there's a beer called Puppers, I want to know about it, and I want to know if you can ship some to me. Because I would be more than willing to drink that on an episode of this.
Ew, crash into things. We're all big fans of puppers. Who doesn't like a good puppers? Like, even if you don't have puppers right now, which obviously we don't, you still like puppers. You still like scouring the internet for stuff about puppers. And doggos.
And granted, I could probably just research it to see if it's a made-up beer for the show, but considering Letterkenny is an award-winning show, I don't know why they wouldn't make it, or why at least a brewery wouldn't make it.
Engage those fighters. You got it, Luke.
There's only a few left somewhere.
Yeah, they're on me. Or I should say, I'm on them.
They're all over you.
We fought them off.
Is that it? We clear? We all good?
We good.
There we go. I
I
think that clears it. We're about to enter the timeline of there. Well, there was so there was a second Star Wars movie, The Empire Strikes Back, I believe is what it was called.
think it was called The Empire Struck Back.
That would make more sense. It would be the past tense because the movie came out a while ago. Everything you just said made sense to me.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
That's even more evidence for this case. But we're playing an unprecedented, amazing level of a video game that's never been in a video game before. The Battle of Hoth.
General Riken has ordered a full
You see, there's a scene in this movie that takes place in snow.
Is this in Hoth, Michigan?
Hoth is in Minnesota, actually.
Ah, that makes sense. They do get more snow than us.
It's true.
modified with
Ooh, I gotta make a choice. I got a speeder.
cannons and a
Can I?
harpoon
Can I? Oh, I can't! I want to!
You can ride Tauntauns in the single player, and I am not exaggerating when I say they are mad OP.
Is this beer already getting to you?
No, I have a terrible slur to begin with
The
because...
singer player?
So watch yourself. The
me
controls are
alone.
quite similar to the X-Wing.
So they're giving me all of these choices of aircraft, and they're all the same speeder.
How many different things do you remember seeing at the Battle of Hoth?
Speeders.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna ride on a Tauntaun, throw your tow cable off the Tauntaun, and trip up an H? That would be cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure you could do that in Battlefield or Battlefront. You know, the other game by DICE.
With the Tauntaun, though? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
why
you
not?
can't with a Tauntaun.
Why can't Luke Skywalker do that?
Tauntauns are mad OP in the single-player campaign of this, though. Because, for some reason, when you're riding on a Tauntaun, the little neglected vestigial C-stick on the GameCube becomes the shoot in this direction, and the whole game becomes like Robotron.
Oh boy.
Or Smash TV, whatever you associate with two-stick. For me, I think Super Stardust or Alienation or
Ooh, Alienation. That's a good game.
Helldivers. Helldivers was a twin-stick shooter.
It was.
Yep. Or it also, conversely, is, depending on how you want to look at it.
Also, kind of is Diablo. On the consoles, at least.
Alienation is Diablo. Oh, you mean Diablo is? Kind of. You got the dodge roll. I thought you were saying that Alienation was Diablo, which it kind of also
almost is.
I need to put some actual time into Diablo, learn my way around it. Not Diablo, Alienation. I played Diablo, we're flying. Okay.
We're flying.
So land speeders
Do we have
a
lasers?
few-
We do have lasers.
We do. And they're accurate to the movie,
I
so they're
require
really weirdly
lasers.
pink. Tap it, because you'll fire linked every time. The advantage of the speeder is you can't crash into the ground, so you can stay close to the ground.
So do I just bounce?
Yeah, you bounce a little bit. You also have an altitude limit.
I do bounce. Bonk.
Rogue Squadron. What do you
Um,
want us to do? Hold back
I don't know what's best for our guys, but what's our objective? I think we need to shoot down... Oh, we need to shoot down the little walkers, the ATSTs first.
On it.
You might see a few of them in, like, cargo crates that have recently dropped.
I am very upset right now. I cannot do a barrel roll.
No, these things do not barrel roll. These are repulsor craft. They operate directly off of the ground effect beneath them, and they cannot operate outside of atmosphere. You are thinking of actual zero-G craft. like the Incom T-65 X-Wing.
Oh, I gotta press B to do it?
Yeah, there's no advantage to tripping them up right now, though. We need to focus on the ATSTs. We'll have to trip those.
Okay, well, at least it tells me what when to press it.
Oh. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we need to defend this particular gun turret. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, so I'm finding out that there's really, when you're firing, there's an ultimate advantage to holding down L.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, you hit the brakes and you pile it on if it's an enemy that you don't feel particularly threatened by.
Like AT-ATs. AT-ATs.
Well, ATS.
I'm 2 lives down.
AT-ATs can actually shoot you. Here we go. I think these are the last 3 chicken waters.
We have 3 lives left, sir.
I am, and this is another case of, I have dumb knowledge of Star Wars, but there's the occasional things that I'm unsure about. Whether or not S-foils mean strike foils, that's one of them. Whether or not there was actually ATSTs in Empire Strikes Back, because I swear to God, you can kind of see one strutting around in the background. I could look that up on Wikipedia right now, but I won't, because I've got a thing to record for some reason.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, you know, spoilers, it's going to teach us that you can use tow cables to cut those down. Rather than watch a reenactment of a scene from a movie we've all seen, I'm just going to skip it. Pick yourself a walker, I'll take the one on the right, and we need to trip up, I think, at least 3 of them.
Okay.
Or maybe we have to trip up all the front ones. So, hit the brakes, and trip it. And once it's tripped, shoot it in, like, the head and neck. I'm pretty...
You have to hold B, by the way.
Oh, no, you don't. I just tapped it once. Just don't get too far away or else you'll lose the cable. Get close, tap it, and then maneuver carefully with your brakes on. I think you could do this in Shadows of the Empire. I did not play a whole lot of Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, I ran into it. I'm a failure of a flyer.
Takes a little practice. Oh, zoom out. Oh. There we go. Yeah, no, so this came late in the GameCube's lifespan, but these levels, the campaign we're playing right now, is from Rogue Squadron 2, which was a launch game, which alongside
damn it.
Pikmin...
I'm still so used to right trigger being a shoot button.
Yeah, you gotta get that out of your mind. You gotta just hold left trigger and just fly around. People could probably hear me mad clicking the A button just so I can spam fire and hope the aim assist does something.
I'm also getting shot down. Almost.
When in doubt, hard click the right stick to do a turbo to really get out of there fast.
Hold on, I gotta figure out where the hell I'm going.
I'm gonna go for... Oh, crap! There's an ATST right there, and it's gonna shoot me down if I try to cut it down.
I decided I need to just shoot down a couple...
There we go. So, I like some Star Wars. It's a fact. But I don't have the experience with Star Wars games that some people do. I keep meaning to get around to playing the original Rogue Squadron. I bought a used copy forever ago, and I don't believe the cartridge works. But it's also possible my N64...
Oh, you just took care of that one for me, too. Alright, you did all 3 of them.
Well, I am attempting it, at least. I am trying to lasso this space camel.
You lassoed that spasso. I don't know what that means.
What about Will Sasso?
I don't know.
Will Sasso is the obligatory fat guy from Mad TV. Remember Mad TV?
I do.
Really? It's okay to say no to that.
No, I actually do.
Is there kind of a rule that... And I mean this with all due deference to, like, fat guys on variety shows, but... Is there always just a fat guy? You had your Chris Farley, your Will Sasso, your Horatio Sands, and he's not that much of a... He's more of a husky guy, but Bobby Moynihan.
You also had your Kenan Thompson.
Oh, yeah, and Kenan Thompson and Bobby Moynihan are, like, both lifers, aren't they? I mean, fine with Kenan Thompson. The guy is ageless, and he's funny.
And Kenan and Kel was probably, like, the show of my childhood.
Yeah, it's a classic for many people. Oh, we only have one life.
Yeah,
one life to live.
Die.
Be very, very careful.
Do not die.
So fly through the canyon low, and we'll get to a part where you can get an X-Wing or a Y-Wing or something.
Good thing I can bounce.
Bobby Moynihan, A, doesn't get enough credit, because I think he's incredibly funny, and he came from, like, one of them YouTube comedy channels where Donald Glover started.
Do I just fly through this awkward
Fly through
hologram?
The awkward logo, yep. And more importantly, Bobby Moynihan looks basically exactly like a weirdly baby-faced version of Psychonauts creator Tim Schafer.
You know, I'm kind of okay with that, actually.
I think they're aware of it because I'm pretty sure I've seen Tim Schafer's Facebook, and I'm pretty sure some of his profile pictures are Bobby Moynihan.
Alright, so are we shooting down all the TIE fighters again?
Shoot down the TIE bombers. They're bigger and they are highlighted yellow. They are the bigger threats.
Gotcha.
Tap any direction to have your R2 unit give you an emergency repair.
Or I could just get shot down.
No, don't do that. No.
My bad.
We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Oh, you know what? We can't wrap this up just yet, though. What do we have to say about the Obsidian Imperial Porter?
Well, let me take one last swig, because that's literally all I have left.
Same.
So, in terms of porters, I'm still used to them being kind of like stouts almost.
They're like
And then
sugary
big-
sweet stouts, in my opinion.
Yeah, which, I mean, makes sense because porters and stouts were interchangeable for a long time. And basically, stouts only started getting called stouts because there were extra porters and stuff like that.
Is
And
this true science? Is this true history?
this is actually true history.
Be damned.
Because the term porter for a alcoholic beverage wasn't actually used until about the 1800s, and we know beer has been made for thousands of years.
I'm pretty sure beer was invented within the last 5 years by craft brewers.
Like Sam Adams?
Yes.
How mad do you think people are going to get that I just said that?
I don't know. I don't have the creativity to come up with a lengthy spiel about how beer was in fact invented by hipsters and independent breweries in the year 2009.
It's kind of like the world's 6,000 years old.
But it is.
Shit.
A fleet of Imperial Star Destroyers has looked
Well, it's up to 6 now. It's been a busy year. So, let me tell you, if there's one thing I'm adamant about, it's that our entire out of 6 thing was a lot of extra work for something that doesn't matter. I love the idea of a meaningless number, but as soon as I was watching it afterwards, I wanted to find meaning from it, and I couldn't. We're Xenobeersing this Xenobeers out of 5.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I admit maybe 4? No, 5.
I refuse to go lower than 5.
No, 5 is healthy. 5 is what Amazon does, and we have to conform to Amazon.
Are you sure you don't want 6?
I have to conform to Amazon. I know there's not a whole lot of room left in this basement, but I'm trying to get Amazon to set up their third headquarters in here.
That's fair.
If we can go for a rating system that can easily be converted to theirs, it'll be that much better. I am praying for that Bezos buyout money.
What about Newegg? Newegg reviews are very important.
They are, but I'm gonna be honest. I only buy Newegg once every few years, and I always get the impression I walk away from it thinking that I've just bought something from an Amazon subsidiary. It's not, is it though?
Newegg,
But it
let's
feels-
face it, Newegg probably is an Amazon subsidiary at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like it would have come up at some point. Anyhow,
We're never getting Newegg as a sponsor now.
I mean, if they're not an Amazon subsidiary, they are just as convenient, effective, and God, Newegg, please pay attention to me. I love you. I only buy things like once a year when something around my house breaks, but I need those things and I love those things.
If you sponsor us, I will buy everything. I will literally buy one of everything in your inventory.
I mean, sure, only 8 people are watching this, and we're also not exactly sober, but please, Newegg, please pay attention to me. Derek, what do you Xenobeers this Xenobeers out of a potential 5 Xenobeers maximum?
I Xenobeers this. I was going to be really dramatic.
You're taking too long, I give it 5.
Out of 5?
I'm actually going to say, in terms of my own taste, this is rock solid. I could keep drinking this. Now, I know it's not everybody's. Some people like a kick of hops. Some people like a bit of bitterness. But this is just dessert beer. I could just knock back a bunch of this and love the whole trip.
For me, I don't know. You're giving it a 5 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4
See,
out of 5.
I knew you were going to drag my average down, so I'm okay with that.
So, Gorg is 5 out of 5. Derek is 4 out of 5.
You call me Gorg, and you don't have the decency to call yourself Dirk.
Dirk. I mean, I could just call myself Big Arms.
I mean, we haven't really illustrated that yet. You can attach big arms to, like, your little floating cartoon head. I'm gonna do that.
Insert that right here.
Now. God, I hope I remember to do that. Thank you, me. I don't draw those. My wife draws those.
So, that gives it a combined score of 4.5 out of 5?
That's an average score, because combined score would be 9 out of 5.
I don't math very well anymore. I did comp sci for like a year and a half. There's a reason I'm a personal trainer now.
I deleted MATLAB last week. I can no longer do addition.
Did you ever have to use Mathematica?
No, but I've had to use MATLAB, Polymath, and 2 other things that weren't Mathematica. And let me tell you, it's all the same kind of... Actually, Polymath is kind of nice, but the rest, fuck them. Polymath made my life easier. I can't say the same for the rest. Look, I could talk about college-level mathematics solver programming language applications for a while.
Let's not.
But let's not. This has been XENOBEERS. I'm George. This is Derek. And we will see you in the next level. Have a good night.
Adios.